and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Whoa! You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. Whoa! You're buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, is all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see it getting closer? Just surrender cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire.
I'd like to invite our good Mayor Lloyd Winnicky to the stage now. Mayor, would you take over? And it's all yours, sir.
All right. Nothing better than a microphone 30 days before an election. Well, it's my pleasure to be here tonight to introduce our keynote speaker. Bill Stone is a visionary. He is a worker. He is driven. This can best be illustrated in the formation and growth of Bill's business vision, SS&C Technologies. SS&C provides investment and financial services software for financial institutions and healthcare organizations around the world. In fact, 18,000 clients use SS&C products and services around the world. Bill began SS&C in his basement in 1986. Year one, he saw revenue of $86,000. 2019's revenue, 33 years later, will exceed $4 billion. They outgrew the basement years ago. In fact, SS&C has 100-some offices around the world, employing more than 22,000 employees. Before becoming vice president, then Governor Mike Pence joined Bill in a momentous ribbon cutting for the Evansville office, which is located in the marvelously renovated space that once was Sterling Brewery. The Evansville facility employs 226 with expectations to grow even more. Bill is a cheerleader who has an extraordinary passion for his hometown of Evansville. I will always personally appreciate Bill's encouragement when we were working on the convention hotel. You may recall that project had a number of ups and downs in its life, but throughout that process, Bill reassured me that we were on the right path. That meant a lot to me and our team. He and his wife, Mary, have been very generous to their hometown, as evidenced by the Stone Family Center for Health Sciences, the Patricia Browning Stone Sensory Playground at St. Vincent's Ascension in Evansville, and the N.J. Stone Baseball Field for Memorial High School. Bill thinks big and encourages others to do the same. Here's a brief glimpse into Bill's world.
Whether you call it synergy, teamwork, or something else, a distinct dynamic occurs when individual strengths combine, complementing each other, powering momentum, moving forward as a unified force. The beauty of this dynamic is that it serves to add value, not subtract from it. Each succeeds separately, but together we're better, stronger, delivering peak performance and winning results. When faced with evolving industry trends and rapid market changes, achieving a successful future means you have to evolve and grow. At SS&C, we're committed to delivering that future. As a unified global company, we're focusing our expertise, organic innovation, and strategic acquisitions across industries, delivering solutions that work together to provide future-enabling technologies, practices, and processes. We're here, delivering the right combination of solutions to keep pace in fast-moving markets. We're here, delivering the best moves to stay ahead of the curve and elevate your game. We're here, delivering opportunities to improve performance and achieve winning results. We're SS&C, and we're delivering the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bill Stone.
Here you go, buddy. This looks like a pretty big crowd out here. So I appreciate that I'm probably the last speaker before the bar opens again. So I understand this position. You know, we did that video for our user conference, which was last week in Orlando. And you might have seen that Patrick Sharp was the hockey player that was on that video a couple times. I had the pleasure to do a fireside chat with him right after we had another video of just highlights of Patrick. Patrick, by the way, won the Stanley Cup with the Blackhawks in 2010, 2013, and 2015, and he won an Olympic gold medal in 2014. I told him that was a pretty good 5-year clip, and he said, well, I also got married and had 2 kids. So, you know, when I come to Evansville, it's my hometown, you know, and, you know, sometimes it's not easy, you know, to be away for, 45 years, 46 years maybe, and come back and see things change, but what makes it easier is that when you see it grow. The world really requires capital, and if you don't have the capital, you can't get it done, and so whatever your predilection is, I'm not so partisan. I like to see things get done. I don't care really who gets the credit. I use a term called reflected glory. You don't always have to have the spotlight on you. If you make sure the spotlight's on your team, it's all coming back to you anyway. But what it does is it creates an atmosphere and an environment that really kind of exemplifies what you saw in that video. Teamwork, right? If Tom Brady doesn't have a line, he gets sacked, and he doesn't have 6 Super Bowls, right? So it doesn't matter how individually talented you are. At some point in time, you're going to run out of time. And if you're not smart enough, you start working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's 168 hours. When my people come in and tell me how hard they're working, I keep asking, why do you do it that way? I wouldn't do it that way. You're supposed to have a life, right? It's not supposed to be all debits and credits and adding this up and adding that up. You got children. You got family. You got people that care and count on you. And you can't do it all if everything's a ledger. Everything's not a ledger. Some things are effort. Things are commitment, right? Things are, I said I would, I will. And then have enough courage of your conviction. Today, I was lucky enough to get a tour of the USI floor at the Stone Center. And I was lucky enough to see all this stuff they're doing with helping, autistic and sensory deprived children and adolescents and even adults. It's very impressive. It's very progressive, right? And a society is judged not on how much we celebrate the strong. It's about how much we take care of the weak. And our job is to make sure that we don't forget that we don't celebrate our successes so much that we forget. This isn't about the strong and the wealthy. It's about the inclusion process. It's about raising up. It's about growing. The reason that you want to grow is if you want your kids to stay. If you don't grow and they don't have good jobs, They leave. Even if you do grow and they have good jobs. A lot of them leave. Now, I'm one of 9. At one point, all 9 of us were gone. My mom said, I didn't believe all of you would leave. But they encouraged us to go wherever the opportunity was. Right? And the opportunity wasn't here. What you are all doing, what the chamber's trying to do, what the mayor's done, I really compliment the mayor. He's trying to make the place grow so that the children stay, that there's a reason for it. I was lucky enough in 2011 to meet Kyle Fields at a wedding. The wedding was with my nephew, Flynn O'Daniel. O'Daniel's a pretty well-known name here in Evansville, as is Stone now, you know. And Kyle's done a great job. In the 8 years that he started by himself, first he came out to Connecticut and New York and worked for 3 or 4 months. And he came back, and Evansville supported us, in the state of Indiana. Governor Mitch helped us out, you know, and we're growing up to 226. If we can grow as a community and as a region, we can be 500. Look, I love all you manufacturers, and I hope you do great, you know. Advanced plastics, great new steels and all that other stuff. Bend it the right way and all that stuff and make it work. But there's something for services too, right? There's good jobs in services, right? You know, I'm an accountant, I'm a CPA. You know, I am a certified kind of nerd, right? I know what EITF 9920 is, I know what H2 accounting, I know who OSFI is, I know Bill S3 accounting. It's certifiable nerdness. But there's money in that nerdness, you know, and I was impressed when the chair, Christine, was talking about Omaha. I was thinking, oh God, I hope they don't think I'm Warren Buffett. Damn, this is a mountain too high. But I am a believer, you know, and I'm a believer in confidence. When I was at the USI Center, I talked about bringing Johns Hopkins here to the Stone Center. I did that about 6 weeks ago. And Kumar Subramanian from Johns Hopkins came and started talking about all the things he could do and all the data that Johns Hopkins is putting together. And I'm trying to get Johns Hopkins and the Stone Center to collaborate. And I'm going to bring in Humana. And I'm bringing in the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arkansas. I'm bringing all these healthcare organizations so that we all get healthier. Well, let's don't get too healthy, but at least healthier, right? But you got to believe. And one of the ladies I was with says, you know, do you really think down here in southern Indiana that we can really pull this off? And I looked at her and I said, you bet we can. And you're going to be the one that leads it. Because you have to believe. You're a leader here. You can't sit there and have southern Indiana disease of no confidence. Get up to bat and hit the damn ball. Donnie Mattingly did. Bob Greasy could throw a pass. Some of you might remember Dave Shellhouse was a pretty good basketball player. Calbert Cheney, right? You know, my uncle used to run IT at Meade Johnson. Meade Johnson was a brilliant man, brilliant. Kyle Fields used to work at Meade Johnson. That's why I hired him. Well, not exactly Kyle, but you know, my other uncle Don Stone ran Tabco, that Old National Bank bought. You know, I own Old National Bank stock. I also own Escalade, if the Griffins are here. You know, but I know all the hot shots in New York and Boston. I know Jamie Dimon and Lloyd Blankfein and all these others. I've met Warren Buffett. I'm not Warren Buffett. I'm younger than him. Not many, but I'm younger than him. But what I would say is that, you know, there's no better people than the people that live right here. So have it in your heart, have it in your brain, believe in yourself. I have 226 of your kids that work for me. They're as good as anybody in the 25,000 we have. You know, one of my favorite quotes is from Abraham Lincoln. He said, "Whatever you are, be a good one." Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Without a question, I know that Mayor Lloyd Winnicky had mentioned it. Bill's a winner, and winning's contagious, and that is definitely translated to the rest of all the employees of SS&C, and it is a tremendous impact to this community. All that you've done, not just with SS&C, but the philanthropic nature that you have, and the love that you have for the city. And I think it comes back to the word pride. Pride in this area, pride in this community, pride in our past, pride in our present, but most importantly, the responsibility all of us have to respect that pride and move us forward. So thank you again. And you talk about all your siblings. Your brother Tom's here, and he runs a wonderful business here locally with Paragon Promotions, and I welcome that table. That Tom's a wonderful man, and it's nice to have the opportunity to meet you tonight as well.